everyone. Um, it's Kim here, and what we're going to talk about this afternoon. Um, it's very dreary out here and lots of rain. Anyway, we're going to talk about the different intelligence, because there's many different ways that someone is intelligent. It's not just that you've got a high IQ and that makes you like the most intelligent person or a genius. There are other ways a person can be intelligent, other than the standard academic type of person. Okay, let's get into this. So we're going to talk first about the standard, person that's academic, gets good grades, can pick up things like that pretty quickly. They are logical, analytical. They're able to grasp pretty quickly, concepts, ideas, theories. And so when I think of the academic way of being intelligent, you're in college or university, and you're listening to a lecture, given by a professor, and and you got to take notes. People that are academic, they have their life pretty well mapped out, as far as education wise. Someone that's intelligent academically, like they're going to major in very hard classes, say like philosophy or quantum physics, or being an engineer or an architect. So those are a few careers that a person that's an academic, and they're intelligent that way. Intelligent academic people, they get good grades. They have to, because they have goals. They they want to get into these careers when they graduate, and like I said, they pretty well have, as far as their education, they have it mapped out. What they want to get into, when they're in college, and when they graduate, they know what they want to get into as far as careers, in the workforce. So that is academic intelligence. Now we're going to talk about social intelligence. Now, social intelligence means that, you are intelligent in a way that, you can pick up, a vibe from people. You can walk into a room and you can tell if the vibe is a good vibe, everyone's having a good time and, everything's positive, or you can pick up a vibe that, the tension is so thick that you can't even take a knife through it. I don't know if that's exactly the term, but that's, you know what I mean. Anyway, so people with social intelligence, they can read the room. They can pick up on, how people are feeling. Because they're so in touch with the vibe, Social intelligence, people like that are very empathetic, very caring, very sensitive individuals. But also, when I think of social intelligence, is, people that are, they're in a leadership role. but it's more on a kind of a humanitarian way. They're going to, they speak out against injustices, things that are wrong, racism, abuse, child abuse, or trauma. So that's things that they want to speak out about. Also, social intelligence. They're really tuned into the social norms, socially, emotionally. They can pick up, what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate, maybe in social situations, or maybe it's just, hanging out with some friends or spending time with your partner or your marriage mate. And you're really in tune, with people. People with social intelligence, they can predict, how people behave, when they're in a social situation, or maybe just a one-on-one situation. So they can predict human behavior very quickly. They can read people very quickly. Social intelligence is people with this kind of intelligence, they're able to be the mediator. If there are two people, kind of arguing or something, a person with social intelligence will be the mediator. It will come between the two people, and they will try to hear both sides of the story, or both perspectives or aspects of what the argument was about. So they would be good mediators to these kind of people. They get into therapy, they get into being a psychologist, being a social worker. Also, they can get into being a motivational speaker, because usually people like that, people with social intelligence, they're very dynamic people. I think like maybe Tony Robbins or something, motivational speaker, just really. It's an intense. I've seen how he is a little bit on a video. He's very intense, very very passionate about a subject that he's talking about or whatever. Very emotional. It's people can really pick up what he's talking about, how he's feeling. He's, I would have to say, the most emotional people that I've seen online, and passionate. He's kind of a larger than life motivational speaker, but he has that social intelligence. People with that kind of intelligence, this is what they can get into too, being motivational speakers, trying to make a big impact on people. If people are going through stuff, he's the one, Tony Robbins, he's the one with the advice. He's the one, telling you what to do, what not to do, what's going to work in relationships or anything with such intensity. Because he is an intense person. People with social intelligence, they can be intense. because they feel strongly, about things. They're just strong feelers, very passionate people, and very empathetic, very caring. They're the person that you can go to, for just to have a listening ear, and just, you're able to get all that stuff that's been kind of stewing inside you. You're able to get it off your chest, and a person with social intelligence, they're very good listeners, which is why they get into psychology, therapy, a therapist, social work. So, okay, now I'm going to get into, my time is getting limited here. I'm going to talk a little bit about physical intelligence. So people with physical intelligence, they are so, they can keep a rhythm, They're good at dancing, like salsa dancing, any type of dancing where they, they use their bodies, they're good, they're very in tune with being in the rhythm of things, music and rhythm. They can be in tune with that, and also people with physical intelligence, they're very dexterous, very good with their hands. They enjoy doing things that are hands-on. Also, people with physical intelligence, they can, because they have a good spatial awareness, and they're the type that, they're dancing, they're really good dancers, they're good with the rhythm, they're flexible. When I think of someone who's into gymnastics, they are very flexible and have very good balance. When they're on those balance beams and they're walking across, they gotta have good balance. And so they have trained their body to have good balance when they're on a balance beam, All right, I'm really over time here, but I hope you have a good rest of the afternoon. And I'm going to say goodbye.